Hello everybody, I'm Larry Longschlong, Boots, excellent agent. Right, thank you for joining us here at the Spread Dalton. My client will now answer your questions. Cheers Larry, thank you very much. It's good to see all you people here, a lot of new faces as well. I'm excited for this new campaign, can't wait to get going. I've got a training session this afternoon, got a few things I need to sort out at the club, so I'm excited to talk to you. I just think we need to get through these questions as quick as we can. So should we start with you over there, mate?
Bood, Leopold Granando from the Gentleman's Game. Just wondering whether you've had a chance to fully assess your squad and whether you've decided on what players you're going to be looking to move on and what players you definitely want to keep around.
Two players have left this morning. I'll talk about them later. We're going to release a statement later. We've had a player come in this morning as well, so there might not be too much more going on, I've got to be honest with you, but I'm excited, I'm happy with the team. I know a lot of the lads anyway, so I think we're going to be dangerous, like scary, dangerous this year. So yeah, I've assessed them all. Yeah. I'm really, really happy, and we've got some good kids coming through as well. Exciting times here at Manchester Central. You mate?
Barry Peters, Sunday Sports. Considering all these scandals surrounding the club and Pornhub this season, will you still be renewing the training ground sponsorship with them next year? Secondly, have you still got any of them free wank passes for the press knocking about?
Sandra, saw that dirty old git out, one of them wank passes. Honestly, it's a long-term deal, Pornhub. Apparently it's 5 years. So yeah, the training ground is called the Pornhub Training Ground, and it will be for the foreseeable future. All I want to do is try and dumb down the scandal this year. All the lads have been put on a wanking ban. They're allowed to wank every other day because too much porn, they were wanking too much, and I'm getting too many penis injuries, so we're going to chill out on that, hopefully. But yeah, it's a long-term deal. And if you, after this, go and see Sandra in reception, the blonde one. Yeah, she'll sort you pass out. Yeah, mate.
Hello, Bud. Clubber Lang here, Glasgow Evening Times. Why do you think that Mark Shelley's been more prolific in front of goal for you rather than other managers?
Good question, that, Clubber. I just think I know him. I've had him since he was a teenager. I know how he plays. He's also grown up in my system, so I think he's the kind of striker that needs a partner and needs wingers crossing balls and getting on goal and the end of crosses. And I think the two managers in between my two stays played him as a solo striker, and it just doesn't suit him. It's as simple as that. Some players suit different styles. He suits the way we play. I think it shows on the pitch and with his goals. Top lad. I do love Mark Shelley. Next question.
Yeah, g'day, mate. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got the wrong room, eh? Yeah, I'm the plasterer. Your assistant called me. Said you wanted to widen that glory hole in your personal bathroom. Said you want to fit a couple of guys in there at the one time, eh? Anyway, what are we talking race-wise with these guys? Anyway, don't answer that. I'll just meet you in the next room, yeah? All right, thanks, mate. All right if I grab a pie on the way out? Oh, legend.
I have no idea who he is. By the way, mate. Yeah, anyway, next question.
Hi, Bood. It's GWFM here from ScandinavianGetaways.com. You were once drawn into media scandal for calling another manager fat. Recent photos in the paper, however, revealed that you have a very large gut yourself. Do you intend to stay fat or get fit?
You talk about them pictures in Marbella, in your Speedos. Did you see my other bulge? Hey. yeah, no, it's big. I have got fat. The thing is, when a fat man calls another fat man fat, I thought that was okay. Apparently not. Apparently some people are very sensitive, and they cry about it, and they make a big drama like a massive woman. But, you know, some people are just delicate flowers. I'm sorry. But yeah, I am a bit fat. I'll be honest, I'm about 3 stone overweight. I'm going to try, maybe, to train with the lads this year. But I probably won't. I'll probably just get fatter. Right, next question.
Hi Bood, Unflushable here from a Kick in the Balls magazine. After your narrow defeat in the Europa League final last season, do you think you can achieve similar success in the Champions League this year by reaching the final?
Good question, I like that. Yeah, I think we're good enough to get to the semis, easy. And there's no reason why we can't get to a final. I think we showed we're a good team with or without new players. Great form in the league, 2 cup finals, some great results. So I think we're a contender. The bookies haven't put the odds out yet, have they? So it'll be interesting to see where we placed. But no, I think we can do well, and I'm hoping we do well. Yeah. Next question.
Hello, Bird. It's Pakera here from the New Zealand Football Weekly. You are going on tour to the USA this summer. Do you think you will ever surpass the popularity of Manchester United in the States?
No. Simple question. Simple answer. No. It's Manchester United, best team in the world, biggest club in the world. Do you know what I mean? No. I think we're on record for having more fans in America than City. Actually, we've got more fans in Manchester. So City, we surpassed them ages ago. But Manchester United, no. We'll never get past Man United. They've been going to the States for 40 years. We've been going for 2. I just think it was good last year when we went to seeing kids in Central shirts and Bumblebee outfits. So I'm hoping we see a few more this year. But no, we'll never catch United up. Never. Too big. Next question.
Good afternoon, Bood. Kyle X from the Absolute Football Gazette here. Ian Moss is a target for Real Madrid. Can you keep hold of the exciting midfielder?
Yeah, we were going to lay it out later. I was going to release a statement later. He signed a new contract just before this press conference. So yeah, that's been put to bed. That he didn't want to go. He don't like the sun. He don't want to live in Madrid. He's happy where he is. I think he wants to kick this club on, win more Champions Leagues, win more Premier Leagues with Central. I mean, the way he was talking this morning when he was signing that deal was that he wants us to stay here till he retires. So hopefully we can do that for him, because he's a great player. Everyone knows I chased Ian Moss. I got Ian Moss, and I think we've worked together to make him the player he is. So yeah, no, Real Madrid, suck my balls. Right, next question. Yeah.
Hi, Bird. Do you believe that you have a realistic chance of winning the title this year? And who would be your main rivals?
I think we can win the league. I think if we can carry the form on from last year, no one can stop us. But I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of teams spending big. City have spent a fortune. They'll be a contender. Everton, obviously the champions, they've spent a few quid. They'll be a contender. Chelsea have spent a fortune. But I think Man United will be back in the mix this year. I'm not saying that because I'm a Manchester United fan. Manchester United finished 10th last year, so they're not in Europe in any way. And they've spent a fortune. I think they brought in something like 5 players, all top class. I think 3 England internationals, a superstar Welsh striker. I mean, seriously, without Champions League or European games, they could concentrate on the Premier League. And with his new team, they've got a great manager as well. So yeah, I think Man United could be a dark horse. Next question.
Hi, Bood. Stan One-Ball here from the Bleeding Anus. Some people at the club believe that after 8 years, the club has outgrown the famous Sir Brett Dalton Stadium. Is it time to move again to somewhere bigger, perhaps?
Nah, I've heard this, people talking about this, because obviously we started at City's small backup stadium, 6,000 seater. We've grown and grown and grown each year, and I think on record at the minute we've got a registered 50,000 fans. We've got season ticket waiting list that's got stretching years now. So I can understand that we could build another stadium. I think it's kind of the club's fault, no offence, but we should have put in place the ability to make the Sir Brett Dalton bigger. We can't. We're at our absolute limit at 27,000 seats. So I mean, last year we had 100% attendance throughout the whole season. We sold every ticket. We could fill the Etihad. We'd turn the Etihad into the Etihad. We would, seriously, but it's the Sir Brett. It's kind of, I know it's only 8 years old, but it's our spiritual home. I think if we did move, it'd be good for the club. I'd have more money to spend on players, but I'd be devastated. I really would. I love our stadium. Next question, last question actually. It's the new chairman, actually. New chairman, everyone, of the supporters club. Yeah.
Hi, it's Peter Piles. The Central Fan Club has very little funding over the last 3 years. Is there any plans to boost our budget, as we are at the heart and soul of the club? And I need a new stapler.
You need a new stapler? Right, that's nothing to do with me, mate. Go and talk to Paul Maguire, but I do like, hopefully, want to get to know you so we can have a good relationship. I like getting to know the fans and that, and I know you've been coming since the day dot. I remember you spitting at me once when I first took over, which was lovely. Anyway, right, I've got a lot to get through, loads to get through. He's got to go and get me a new deal, haven't you? And I've got a training session and a few transfers I'm going to talk about. Right, lads, have a good one. Help yourself to a drink and a pie. I'll see you later. Welcome to episode 9. I'm Bood FM, and as always, thanks for joining me. Hopefully you enjoyed that press conference. It is just a bit of fun. I do enjoy doing it. It's a good way to work with other creators and subscribers. Some of them questions were from subscribers, so if you're interested in doing it yourself in future seasons, give me a shout and we'll sort something out. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Make sure you check all the YouTube guys out. Go and check out their channels. You'll find links down below. Right, first thing I want to talk about is our new kit. Yeah, we are launching full new kit range. We're staying with Puma. We're just going for different designs. Same colours, obviously. Why would we want to change the colours? Just different designs. And also a brand new sponsor. We did mention, or I mentioned at the end of the last episode, that we had a new deal with a soft drink company. One of my subscribers did notice that my favourite drink is Cherry Tango. Well noticed, mate. So yeah, we're going to be sponsored by Tango. Yeah. Why not? At least if we beat someone, we can say, you've been tangoed. Do you remember them adverts? You might only get that if you're English and old. Anyway, talking of shirts, James Wright won the competition when I brought this series back. I've never been able to get hold of him since episode 1. It's been 3 weeks. I've sent him multiple messages. Fingers crossed he's okay. Nothing bad's happened to him. But James, if you do ever see this, I'm sorry. But I'm going to be giving your shirt away to somebody else. Yeah, I'm going to give a do or give. I'm giving a blah, blah, blah. I'm doing a double giveaway. Yeah. So all you've got to do is comment down below and say, I love Manchester Central, and I'm going to be giving 2 shirts away. I'll do the draw, not in the next episode, which will be episode 10. We'll do the draw at the beginning of episode 11. So you've got until then. If episode 11's been released, don't bother entering, because people seem to do that for some weird reason. So yeah, right, let's get into the transfers. Right, let's start with the outs, and there's not been loads, there's not been lots of activity. I'll explain that, well, I'll explain why in a minute. First player out was Janssens, the right back. He played quite a bit for me, but he wanted to play more. He wants to be a first team regular. He's 33 years old. He's way too old for me. I'll only keep a player at 33 if he's an absolute worldie. I mean, he's still a good player, but I'll put him up for sale, and Spurs offered 17.5 million. You can't really turn that down for a 33-year-old right back. So he went out the door. Next player out the door was Sergio Nivas, my 4th choice striker. Again, he's wrong side of 30 really. He's on the slide. He was okay, scored a couple of goals for me. I put him up for sale, and he's worth like 30 million. I think I've sold him for 22. Barcelona are interested in it. Even said his preferred choice is Barcelona, but Barcelona never made a bid. So I just wanted him out. So we've sold him, probably less than he's worth, but he's old, isn't he? And getting rid of them 2 players as well. I think I'm saving something like 12 million a year now, which is pretty good. So they're the 2 main players that have left. 2 other players that have gone haven't left us completely. They've gone out on loan. The first one is Andy Bell. He's my young prospect who's now 22. I thought he'd become better than this. He's a good striker. Huddersfield have just been promoted. They put in an offer to loan him, so I thought, do you know what? He might get some game time in the Premier League. He might be good for him at 22. He might have a chance of actually becoming something. So Andy Bell has left and joined Huddersfield on a season-long loan. Also to leave is Matt Rolls. He's dropped down to the Championship. He's alright. He doesn't look that good, but when he played for me last year, he did really, really well. Again, he's 19. He might do him good going out there playing some football. Now when it comes to the ins, don't get too excited. And the player we've brought in is Tico, the right back. Now I wasn't actually going to do this. This is the guy I showed you a few episodes ago. He's got a lot of promise. He's a really, really good right back, to be fair. 22-year-old Brazilian. He had a release clause in his contract of like 12.25 million, I think. I had a different idea of something I was going to try, but then Everton went in for him, and I thought, well, if the champions of England are going in for him, yeah, let's get him, let's go for it. So we put a bid in, and he joined us instead. We have a transfer debt of 51 million. All of my doing, but I brought in some big players in January, and we were fantastic towards the end of the year. We had a great run of form. We got to 2 cup finals. I don't know if we need wholesale changes, and I think this team of mine is built on giving youth a chance, and I've got some half decent young players. One I'm going to show you in a minute. Two I'm going to show you in a minute. We're good at bringing in young players like Tico and turning them into great players, so I'm happy, you know. Now I know a lot of teams are spending money, and I kind of mentioned that in the press conference. Big money as well. But I still think we're good enough to challenge. I really believe it. But I also think maybe it'd be good for us this year, Champions League, with a good team, hopefully do well, win something, pay off some debt, and then next summer, maybe we think about changing it up a bit. Because it's not as if we're skint as well, because we've got 93 million in the bank. I've got 110 to spend. So I'll be honest with you, if I get to the end of this season and I don't win something major, I mean, I'll hold my hands up if I get the sack, fair enough, because it's my choice to not spend this money. I just don't think, I think we should pay off the debt. Probably you're thinking, you've sold a striker and not replaced him. You've let Andy Bell go out on loan. What are you doing, Bood? Well, this is what I'm doing. For all the slacking off I did about Roger Smith, he signed one okay youth player, Ronnie. I didn't notice this kid in my youth team. Now his potential ability is okay, but I think he could be good. I think he could be good. I really do. I mean, he's worth a chance. He's 19. He's a freaking Brazilian. He's named after my favourite porn star, Ron Jeremy. First porn I ever watched was Ronnie. I nicked my dad's old VHS tape. I found it, put it in the video, and there was a thin, young Ron Jeremy shagging two women on a kitchen table, and all they kept doing was going, "Oh, Ronnie," and that's all I can think of. Anyway, I think he's quickish. He's a good finisher. He's composed. Off the ball's all good. He's a skeleton. He's an empty skeleton ready to be filled with flesh. Football flesh. Not a clue what I'm talking about, but I'm going to give this kid a chance. He's going to be my fourth choice striker. Let's go through this squad quickly and I'll explain why I think they're alright, and maybe you can look at the attributes yourself and judge and let me know what you think as well. So we'll start with the strikers and we'll work our way back. Try and do it quick as I can. Top player, I love him, Mark Shelley. Look how good he's become. His partner in crime, Edison Gamma, again, an absolute beast. He's just got something about him at 28. He just scores goals for fun. He scored 112 and 188 games for us. So you know what? I like him. I like him a lot. Him and Shelley can win anything. And then to complement them too, and also help Ronnie develop, is Ricardo Maida, and he's a good player. He's got flair. He can finish. I like him. He's got goals in him. I know he scores a goal every other game, right? I think if he played every week for another team, he'd score a load of goals. But to have a player like this who doesn't moan, who's this good, there's no need to replace him just yet. Onto the left wing, and obviously our number one winger is Chris Chalk, voted the third best player in the Europa League last year. He's an England regular now, and he can cover both wings as well, but I like to play him on the left. And again, he's got no green attributes, but he's just a very, 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 very good winger. And his backup this year is going to be Diego Alonso. Again, he's a decent player. He's got a bit of speed. He's got a bit of skill. He's never going to be a world beater, but he's still worth 49 million quid. Over to the right wing, and of course, it's going to be Lammers who's going to be starting. The kid has got something I like. I think he's going to be a brilliant player. He's only 21. He was only in right midfield, remember. I've been training him for the last 6 months. He's now a fully fledged attacking right midfielder. So I think we're going to see even more from him this next year. I think he's great. And his backup, and what a backup, is Kempf. He can cover in the centre and does a good job. Great star rating, brilliant all-rounder, 27 years old, so he's hitting his peak as well. I won't call him a backup, he's too good to be a backup. If we move into the centre of the park, we'll start with Ian Moss. Fantastic, Ian Moss. Cup final man, that's what we call him, captain, cup final. He won us the Champions League, he pretty much won us the FA Cup. The guy's a beast, look at his ability. You're not going to get much better than Ian Moss. He's English as well, he's 28 years old. He is a beast. His partner in crime this year is Fabio Santa Cruz, another great player. I love this lad, I think he's top. I'm trying to get his passing better. It has gone up a little bit. I just love him. I think him and Moss just seem to work so well together. Hopefully they can stay fit for the big games and lead us to a Premier League title. Backing those boys up in the centre of the park, first, it's Lewis Foreman. You'll know if you've watched my old series how much I love Lewis. They tried to sell him. Luckily, I got it back in time and stopped that. And he loves playing for me. He signed a new deal as well when I came back. And he said he's got a lot of admiration for me. Yada, yada, yada. I love this kid. He's come through the academy when I was there. And the other fella we're keeping is, Johan Libras. His contract was up in the summer. I was contemplating letting him go on a free, but we've signed him on a new 3-year deal. He's worth 60 million quid. He's got a great star rating. He's great at passing the ball. He's 28 years old, French international, and he doesn't moan or whinge at me. If he wants to, he's a great squad player. You can't have a worldie. You can't have 20 odd worldies in your squad. You can't. You need players like this who are still very good and who do a job for you. Moving over to the left back position, and it's James Maturana. Hey Maturana! Now, he was injured for the end of last year. Look how good he is. I reckon he's probably the best left back on the game, and that is no lie. He is amazing. Now, his backup is Roberto Di Scialanio. Can't say his name, so in Manchester, we usually shorten your name and stick an O on it, like Tomo, Jono, Robbo. Moving over to right back and Tico. You've seen him already. I think this kid could be something good. He's got loads of potential, pretty quick as well-ish. He's not the fastest, but he's a good tackler. So hopefully that complements it. We have a nice bit of balance, a bit of speed on the left, good tackling on the right. And to back that lad up, it is Damien Reynard. Probably challenging as well. He's a decent player, 25-year-old Frenchman, only played for France once. Obviously I didn't bring him in, he's coming while I was away. His star rating ain't the greatest, but again I think squad player, I could do a lot worse than Damien. Moving to the centre of defence, and at first it's Han Solo or Harrison Litter, England's #1 centre half, the general. He's just got what you need. He's a great defender. I like him a lot. So yeah, he's definitely starting this year. Yeah, you probably guessed it just by how much I've bummed him, how much I go on about him. I love him. 22-year-old, Colorado, 6'6", man mountain, got room to improve. He probably will get better. No, he will get better. He will, not probably. Backing those boys up, Esquitini, great player, can also play really well at right back. And he did play right back quite a bit last year, and he might play right back again this year. Quintas, 6'6" as well. Imagine when him and Colorado were playing together. How are you going to get past these two 6'6" man mountains? He's a great player. Real Madrid have just offered me about 65 million for him. Just turned it down about 3 seconds ago. Right, goalkeepers, and yeah, Dave O'Donnell. He's a good keeper. There isn't much better than him out there at the minute. We can't afford what is better than him, the likes of Gandalf. So I think he's good still. 27. I think he's good. He's just had I don't know if it's me. Have I missed it with other keepers? But I just feel like there's been a couple of times when he's stood still and the ball's just gone past him. He's not even made any effort. Cannone. That's what I'm saying. I think he is just as good as well. I think he's really good. 25-year-old. He's got a cap for Argentina now as well, and played quite a few games towards the end of last year. And we'll have to wait and see. You know, he might push Dave out. We'll have to wait and see. You never know what's going to happen in football. So the odds for the Premier League have come out, and we are second favourites. So I'm really chuffed with that because we haven't got giddy in the transfer market. City are favourites. Got United, Chelsea, Liverpool, and the champions Everton are 6th. I'm excited as well this year because Huddersfield are in the Premier League. And I love Huddersfield, so I can't wait to go head to head with them. Now, there has been a lot of activity in the transfer window, just not with us. Obviously, we only spent 12.25 and we brought in 40, so we're already chipping away at our debt. But like I said, Manchester United have spent 171 million. They have signed some great players. City have bought an absolute beast up front, and probably the best striker on the game. So they're going to be bloody brilliant. Huddersfield have spent 107 million. So they've come back to the Premier League and got spending. So fair play Huddersfield. Hopefully you can stay in the league. So there we go. That is the end of episode 9. I just wanted to show you a few of the deals because there's not much. And I wanted to show you the squad so you can have a look yourself and say, right, I do believe you've got a summit here, Bood. I think you can do well this year. And I'd like you to let me know. Don't forget to enter the competition by writing I Love Manchester Central. You have to write I Love Manchester Central. And I will stress, please, if you're going to enter, keep your eye out. I can't go like this again and wait like 3 weeks. Seriously, if you're going to enter, you've got to be A, around to freaking get it, and B, willing to send me a photograph of you wearing it. Right. Next episode, I'm going to go through pre-season. We've been on tour to America. We've had a competition as well. All good stuff. I'm going to show you some of the results and a few other bits of news. And we'll play Charity Shield, Community Shield, whatever you want to call it, against Everton at Wembley. It's going to be great. Right, you've been great. I've been Bood. I'll see you next time.